Extra time.
So finally it's here. इतने दिनों का इंतजार, इतने दिनों के स्पेक्यूलेशंस, सारे ऑब्जर्वेशंस, टीम का बनना नहीं बनना, क्या होगा नहीं होगा, अब बस कुछ घंटे बाद ही, 24 घंटे भी नहीं बचे हैं, जब वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप विल गेट अंडरवे, इंडिया वर्सेस न्यूजीलैंड प्लेइंग इन साउथहैम्पटन. हेलो एंड वेलकम टू एक्स्ट्रा टाइम लाइव. मेरा नाम है अभिषेक एंड आज मेरे साथ ऑल द वे फ्रॉम भोपाल सिटी ऑफ लेक सिद्धार्थ ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं. सिद्धार्थ कैसे हैं आप?
बढ़िया हो, एक्साइटेड फॉर द वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप फाइनल. लेस देन 24 आवर्स को जैसा.
बहुत बढ़िया. देवाशीष सेन सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट कोलकाता से ही ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं. बारिश हो रही है कल रात से ही, उसके बीच ये ज्वाइन करे तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. सो वेल डन देवाशीष दा एंड वेलकम टू एक्स्ट्रा टाइम लाइव.
Thank you, Rakesh. Thank you, Abhishek. Sorry, and
Right.
It's a pleasure to have Rakesh with us, Rakesh Patel, and it's a very good friend of mine, a well-wisher for Extra Time platform, and जैसे कि Abhishek, you carry on, yeah.
Right. एंड राकेश पटेल साहब के बारे में इंट्रोडक्शन तो इनको आप सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे देखते हो, अभी आईसीसी के भी प्लेटफॉर्म पे देखते हो, इनका इंटरव्यू भी आया है. टीम इंडिया जहां भी खेलती है समझ लो ये टीम इंडिया के 12th मैन है, क्योंकि फाउंडर मेंबर है ये भारत आर्मी के. जहां भी इंडिया खेलेगी ये और इनके मेंबर्स वहां पे मौजूद रहेंगे और इस वक्त ये ड्राइव करते हुए साउथहैम्पटन में जा रहे हैं, अपनी गाड़ी में बैठे. राकेश भाई, वेलकम टू एक्स्ट्रा टाइम लाइव. हाउ आर यू?
Very well, thank you. Yeah, so I apologize for the background noise. We're in the car on the way to Southampton now. So yeah, and pleasure to be on the show.
थैंक यू सो मच. सो स्टार्ट विद यू ओनली. क्या क्या तैयारियां आप लोगों ने की है कल के मैच के लिए? वेरी स्पेशल डे.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, hoping that the weather stays away. It looks like the weather is clearing up in Southampton, so we should get hopefully almost a full day's play. But yeah, we're ready. You know, a lot of Bharat Army supporters are traveling to Southampton today and tomorrow. There'll be 80-90% of the crowd will be Indian, so the Indian team will have full support from the Bharat Army.
Great. So any special banners, posters that you all have created for tomorrow?
You can see, I don't know if you can see, there's a banner here and the whole van is packed with flags and boxes, and yeah, so we have lots of flags. Yeah, lots of flags.
ग्रेट ग्रेट. सिद्धार्थ, लेकिन भारत आर्मी जहां भी रहती है मतलब टीम इंडिया और सपोर्टर्स की कभी कमी महसूस नहीं होगी ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड.
See, Bharat Army का biggest contribution is everywhere India goes, even outside of India, they make it a home feeling. We look ना कि यार कोई Indian मिल जाए, कोई अच्छा खाना मिल जाए, which is Indian. But when they are at the ground, you feel as if, this is not Southampton. This can very well be Mumbai. This can be Kolkata. This can be Delhi. That is the feeling they get. And I am telling you one thing: crowd support in the time of the pandemic is now much more valued. Because when India lost in Chennai, there was empty stands. They felt deflated when they came back. Na Chennai second test and Ahmedabad. You saw how the Indian team performed. They are not going to be the 12th man. They'll be the 12th man, third umpire, first umpire. These guys will determine the outcome of how India does in that game. Because yaad rakhe, it's an ICC final. At the end of the day, it is an ICC final. So that is why the Bharat Army, more than those 11 guys, those 1,000, 2,000 guys जो Southampton में रहेंगे, they will also be part of the team boss. So New Zealand will be fighting with 2,011 people and New Zealand will just have 11 guys on the field. That's it.
देवाशीष दा, आप तो मैदान में रहे हैं जहां भारत आर्मी ये सारा कमाल करती है. कैसा रहता है पूरा यूफोरिया, कैसा रहता है माहौल, प्लीज बताइए.
Unbelievable. To put it in what it is just unbelievable. ये जो आप सुनते हो ना, इंडिया जैसे हमने जो ओपनिंग मोमताज में देखा भारत आर्मी का, मींस इट इज क्रिएटेड कैटेगरिकली बाय भारत आर्मी. ये जो आप हर एक ग्राउंड में आप जब जाते हो, wherever the Indian team plays, means you can hear this cheer, this chanting India, and just believe it that it gives a energy. Means if you are an Indian at the stand, not only the players, the fans, means wherever India is playing, be it Melbourne or be it Lords, wherever India is playing, means you invariably get to see Bharat Army members filling the stands, and one man should be credited. It is Rakesh. Means he started at 1999. I have been to his place and I have seen कि उसने कितना मेहनत किया सालों भर, and today I feel proud of him. I feel proud to have him, and the effort, the hard work, and ये जो उन्होंने जो organize किया, अभी the Bharat Army is a real official fan army of Team India, and this is
Right.
what the Indian team, this is what Virat Kohli and his team want at this moment, because World Test Championship final, it is the biggest moment, and I'm sure Rakesh, I believe he is a big supporter of Test cricket. One day cricket, obviously, Bharat Army does cheer the Indian team, whichever format it is, be it one day cricket or T20 cricket. But if you would ask me, I may be wrong, but if you ask me, Rakesh, I believe, is a big supporter of Test cricket because he
Yeah.
always supports Test cricket. Yes,
Yeah,
Rakesh.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Test cricket is the most difficult format of the game. It's the format that tests all the players, all over the world. And I think if you can be the champions of World Test cricket, you can win anything, right? So absolutely, it's the format I love the most. It's the format that I follow the most. And look, you see it. Normally when India play in England, you don't get that many Indian fans turning up for Test cricket. Yeah, white ball matches is 90% Indian, right? But this time round, it'll be very different. Demand for tickets has been huge. Been huge demand for tickets. So you'll see a lot of Indian fans in the stadium, and I'm sure that they'll make a big difference in helping Team India in the match. Big difference.
Right. So that it is even more important कि इंडिया मेजर टूर्नामेंट्स के फाइनल पहुंचे, क्योंकि इंडिया जब पहुंचती है उसके साथ साथ बहुत सारी चीजें पहुंचती है, इंक्लूडिंग ऑफ कोर्स भारत आर्मी, और गेम के लिए अच्छा है, स्पेशली टेस्ट क्रिकेट के लिए। तो हम तो चाहेंगे हर WTC के फाइनल में इंडिया पहुंचे।
See, it was जैसे कहते हैं ना, it had to be कि the Bharat Army represents the official fandom of India. I mean, come on, 1999 से पहले you had all these, the Barmy Army, the Beige Brigade. They defined fan clubs in India, in all over cricket. ये popular fan clubs थे. But for a nation of 130 crore to not have an official fan base, it was, I think, it seemed so out of place. But thanks to Rakesh's effort, 22 years of thing, and now if you want to look at any fan base in the world, which is the best, it's the Bharat Army.
Absolutely.
You define the Indian cricket team by the Bharat Army and their passion and support. Go to any tournament anywhere in the globe, from, you can say, Jamaica all the way to Dunedin, the Bharat Army will be there. Guaranteed.
Right.
Even if the stadium is empty, they'll be there. But the demand will be a bit more because, as we all know, in the UK and in the rest of the world, the coronavirus pandemic has seen a lot of closed doors action. So, isliye getting the Bharat Army in and also getting the fans in will be equally important. Fans coming to Test cricket will see a resurgence in this English summer, because of the coronavirus pandemic. And looking at the question, see, they are there. India will definitely get a boost. If you want to say what was India's starting turnaround, more than Ajinkya Rahane's captaincy was 80%. 20% were because of these guys. The founder who's running the car currently, their support and their never say die attitude helped them big time.
And one more thing I would like to is the Bharat Army invariably goes into the skins of the opponents.
Right.
And obviously, be it a team pain or be it women's, obviously.
No, and very, very importantly, they don't make it very personal or offensive like how
never.
Yeah.
Never.
Many of the fans often make very offensive statements. The Bharat Army doesn't do that.
Never.
Right. So, Rakesh, tell me, how do you decide on the slogans? Is there a team that you decide that we are going with this, or you just go with the flow?
With the songs, did you say?
With the slogans.
Oh, the songs. Yeah. I mean, look, we have a lot of members, right? A lot of them are very creative, so they can come up with songs on the spot. But also, we think about the songs that we want to sing. So we have some new songs for the World Test Championship final. So for all the players that we're playing, this guy sitting next to me, he makes the songs. This is Akshay.
Hi.
Akshay. Songs. Akshay, do you want to sing a song?
So I'll give you a preview to one of the songs that I've made. Can you give me a... We breached the gap to win down under. Now we're here in England to show we're the best. Team India's 12th man, we are the best fans. Proud to fail the debit test.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Have an
Great,
exclusive.
great, great.
But I just want to ask one question to Rakesh. I mean, yes, it is imperative that we sledge the Aussies. We sledge them to hell. We sledge the British. Yes, we want to sledge them. But do you think these nice guys, the gentlemen New Zealanders, would you want to sledge them a lot? Because they don't have that big stage experience.
No. You cannot sledge New Zealand because the New Zealand people are too nice. Yeah, so
Right.
you cannot sledge them. Actually, you have to do the opposite. You have to do the opposite with the New Zealand team. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. That is why. Because see, the Bharat Army will know. They won't take every opponent down. When the opponent is harsh, like the Aussies, they'll get their A game and they'll go ballistic. Because
So tell me
you
something.
do this, yeah,
Siddharth, please.
yeah, you give it. If you do it, you have to get it back. I like the way the Bharat Army is given it back all the time.
Yeah.
To them. So that's where we have evolved as a nation. 20 years back, would you think to have sledged the Aussies or the British? No.
Not at all.
I mean, I see that one thing. Jamagal Srinath hitting Ricky Ponting here.
Yeah.
He's asking, "Are you okay?" Ponting says, "Go back and fucking bowl." Can anybody do that now? No, they
Not
can't.
at all. No. So tell me something, Rakesh. Do you all have banters between the fan armies as well, especially just before a game or maybe after a game, maybe on the road or in a pub or in a bar?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for big series, we get together. We try and get tickets close to each other so we can sing songs against each.
Right. I think there's some connection issue. Yeah. Right. We'll move to Devashish da. Devashish da, Southampton का weather जो है, ये क्या predict कर रहा है अभी कि शायद बारिश भी हो
We
जाए,
have a
तो
bit of
शायद
fun
वो reserve day.
So we also have cricket. There's a lot of.
Yeah, I think Rakesh is traveling, so the network is going up and down. But anyway, let's hope the test doesn't go up and down, especially in terms of weather or India के इसमें. So Devashish da, Southampton के weather का क्या prediction है? Reserve day क्या इस्तेमाल में आ सकता है? ज़्यादा chances है?
Obviously, there's a huge prediction of rain, if I'm not wrong. I mean, Rakesh will be a better person to tell us. But then what I gather is that from various weather sites is that there is forecast for rains almost for the first 3 days, if I'm not wrong. At least 90% rains tomorrow, Rakesh?
No, it's clearing up. So the forecast now is that rain will come after 5 p.m. tomorrow only.
Oh, brilliant. That's brilliant news.
Yeah, so it's clearing up
Told you.
a little bit. So.
The British weather is so fickle, even the locals can't predict it clearly. I've told you. One day it may be 90%. One day it will be sunny. It's clearing up. Yeah. Because what I've checked in AccuWeather is Sunday onwards, it's pretty clear, but we don't know.
Right. Okay, Rakesh, tell us about some interaction with the Indian team cricket players. Who's the most fun to interact with?
I think probably the most fun is someone like Rishabh Pant. I think he likes to play cricket with a smile on his face, and he often engages with us. He loves the songs that we sing for him, so he's good fun. Jadeja, he also likes the songs that we sing for him. I mean, all of the players are good. You know, they really, I guess, value the support that we give them and the way that we support them, whether they're winning or losing. Right, we still support them. So. They really value our support, but all of the cricketers have a lot of banter with us, good fun with us. Hardik Pandya is good fun, but unfortunately he's not in the squad. But he's also very good fun, yeah. And obviously Chauhan. Right. So some white ball cricketers have a bit more fun with us. The Test cricketers are a little bit more serious, I think.
Yeah, they have to concentrate for longer hours. Maybe that's the reason. But Siddharth, कितना important है इन्होंने बताया कि winning or losing, we are there to support you. एक foreign देश में फॉरेन स्पेक्टेटर्स फॉरेन कंडीशंस के बीच मान लो आपसे मिसफील्ड हुआ या एक कैच छूटा है बट यू हैव सपोर्टर्स बिहाइंड यू विल से कि डोंट वरी फिर आएगा वी आर देयर विद यू
well at least the Bharat Army does not show the fickleness that all ordinary Indian cricket fans do. I mean, supposing you lose you misfield, you drop a catch, they all go hammer and this guy shouldn't be in the team, they shouldn't be like that. At least the Bharat Army is like that paternal support. Don't worry, you've done it wrong, we are all there for you. Support is unwavering. That gives a huge morale boost to every cricketer who's out there on the field. Because if they were not there, the Indian team would be deflated. You remember in 2003 and all, when they started pelting stones, when they failed to perform against Australia. I mean, how deflating can that be? But now there is a steady fan base. It's the Bharat Army is not just 500, 1,000 or 2,000 people. 2,000 people connected with hundreds and thousands, it goes to millions. So that is why their support is unwavering. That's the key word, unwavering. That helps. It will help. It shall always help.
Yeah.
Right.
Unconditional.
Absolutely.
Unconditional.
Absolutely. Win, lose or draw, Bharat Army will be always there.
The Bharat Army is the antithesis of Bharat fans, if you want to look at it, because of our fickle nature.
Absolutely.
I mean, Rakesh will also agree with that. I mean, we Indian cricket fans are so fickle, but you are the antithesis. You still support. So you're going against the inbuilt grain of our psyche, if you have to look at it.
All right. But Rakesh, tell me, when is the adrenaline pumping mode of the Indian Army, or rather the Bharat Army? Is it when we are playing against Pakistan, or is it Australia, or is it England?
I mean, first thing I would say is adrenaline has kicked in since we know that.
There are some connection issues once again since Rakesh is traveling.
You know, so I'm sorry about the connection. The connection is pretty bad because I'm driving on the way to Southampton. But yeah, look, I think now Australia, England, they're the big rivals for us. Pakistan is always going to. Pakistan beat them quite easily these days, maybe apart from 2017. We don't play them in Test cricket. Yeah. So for me, I think it's Australia and England, right? And now New Zealand. You can't discount New Zealand. New Zealand is New Zealand is Team India's bogey team in ICC events. You know. And quite rightly that they got to the final. They deserve it. You know. So and don't forget, New Zealand is the only team to beat India in the World Test Championship so far. Yeah. So
So we have a breaking news.
Breaking news.
We have a breaking news right now. The team is announced. The playing 11 has been announced. India has announced the playing 11. I just share it with you. Virat, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Cheteshwar Pujara, Ajinkya Rahane, Rishabh Pant, Ravindra, Jadeja, Ravichandran, Ashwin, Jasprit, Bumrah, Ishant, Sharma, and Mohammed Shami. So no Mohammed Siraj.
There out of 10, out of 11, I got 10 right. I got one wrong.
Rakesh happy with the team? Rakesh happy with the team?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was only one real contentious decision to be made. Would it be Shami or Siraj? Right. I think either one would have done a good job. If I'm honest with you, Siraj has been amazing, right, throughout the last couple of years and last two series, should I say, and Shami also his experience, I think, is probably the reason why he not because of experience. But you know, also he's bowled pretty well in Southampton. In the World Cup, if you remember, he bowled really, really well in Southampton as well, right? So look, I think it's the best squad we put out. Yeah, it's a very, very strong squad, a very balanced squad. I think
Right, some connection issues will go to Siddharth. Siddharth, I think India have relied more on experience. Experience में गए हैं वो लोग और team इसलिए pick किया है experience बंदों को.
Himself in Test cricket away from India now.
All right.
So I'm just saying,
we'll go
under these overcast conditions, I think the bowlers be very important for us.
Right. So Siddharth, I think India has opted in for experience rather than Siraj को अगर नहीं लिया गया टीम में, यही एक रीजन हो सकता है और तो कोई रीजन नहीं दिखता.
Yes. Because look, Ishant, Shami, Bumrah, these three guys combined, they are even better. In the 2018-19 series, I read a stat. They had picked 150 wickets combined. That even the quartet of the West Indies team did not have that much of success at that time. Ishant, you needed to pick him because of his experience in England and also because he has a superb record against New Zealand. Bumrah automatically picks himself. Shami and Siraj, this was where we were wondering whether we should take Siraj or Shami. But I think Shami's experience plus his bowling style, which is seam upright, he can hit the pitch, get movement of the wicket also in the air. Remember, if it reverse swings, no better exponent of that than Mohammed Shami. So yes, Shami's inclusion was deserved. Ravichandran, Ashwin, Jasprit, Bumrah, your two aces. You picked them, you played to your strength. Now it's up to New Zealand to tackle them because याद रखिए New Zealand के team में 3 left-handers है. Ashwin
Top
is
order.
great against left-handers and also he has a great record against Kane Williamson. Jadeja, he's lethal against Ross Taylor and Colin de Grandhomme. So in the batting department, all the weaknesses that need to be exposed, the Indian bowlers can do it. बस अभी बैटिंग तुम्हारे हवाले वतन साथियों. The team that bats well in the ICC World Test Championship, again, the team that bats well will win this match and the title. The bowling is superb from both sides. Both will take 20 wickets. It's the batting that needs to improve.
Right. Rakesh, the first innings, maybe that will be the deciding factor. I think Rakesh is traveling, so the connection is up and down. So we'll float this question to Devashish da. First innings decide करेगा. First innings जिसकी जितनी lead होगी शायद test match पे पकड़ उसकी ज़्यादा होगी. अमूमन यही होता है.
Yeah, I think Rakesh is available if he is okay.
Yeah,
can
Rakesh.
First.
Yeah, Rakesh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first innings lead will be the most crucial part of this test match, considering the conditions and especially the weather.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. So Rakesh, I'll repeat the question. The first innings lead, that will be the most crucial aspect of this test match, considering the conditions and especially the weather. Right, the weather is playing up and down with our connection. So I'll float the question to Devashish.
I will definitely. देखिए, I think the captain should be bold enough, and dono captainy, and I having seen Virat, he will definitely would like to bat first on that wicket, because if you score a big run, that automatically puts pressure on the opponent. तो देखिए, but the biggest challenge will be the conditions. जैसे कि राकेश बोल रहा था कि थोड़ी देर पहले कि conditions अभी थोड़ा अच्छा हो रहा है. There is no the skies are clearing, so there won't be much rain tomorrow. But if it does remain overcast, so I think that initial first session will be very important, because you cannot afford to lose too many wickets, because that automatically puts pressure on your middle order. तो I think अगर इंडिया टॉस जीतता है, अगर बल्लेबाजी करता है, obviously one would assume that if India wins the toss, they will definitely go and bat first. तो इंडिया को बैटिंग करना है, तो I think they need to tackle the initial first session. If they can go through without losing too many wickets, a maximum 1 wicket, I think they would have done a very good job.
Right. सिद्धार्थ, जब ये वेदर का प्रेडिक्शन थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे होता है, तब शायद मेंटली थोड़ा सा और एक्स्ट्रा प्रेशर रहता है कि आपको उस हिसाब से प्लान करके खेलना पड़ता है.
नहीं, बिकॉज सी यू डोंट पिक अ टीम, आप टीम पिक नहीं करते हो बेस्ड ऑन द वेदर, क्योंकि वेदर बहुत फिकल है. आपका सिर्फ एक सिंगल ब्लडी माइंडेड डिटर्मिनेशन है टू विन, चाहे आप कुछ भी हो. सो इंडिया ने सबसे पहला, दे हैव डन द फर्स्ट स्टेप राइट in picking the right team combination.
Right.
जैसे we made that blunder in 2018 Lords, we didn't do that. So that is one box tick. एक box tick हो गया. अब you have to get your mind in that right frame of mind and कहे कि भाई let's just go for it. याद रखिए, इंडिया का not a single warm up game has happened. Intra squad game एक हद तक ही ठीक है. New Zealand are coming with 2 tests and उन्होंने जीता भी है सीरीज. So confidence high रहेगा. They have gotten acclimatized to the conditions better. And ये bowling attack ऑस्ट्रेलिया के bowling attack से लाख गुना disciplined है in these conditions. So इंडिया के लिए वो vary होगा. My simple funda is bat first. Toss win, bat first. Put the pressure on क्योंकि.
Yeah, I would just want to ask Rakesh, do you also agree that we win the toss and bat first?
Yeah, 100%. I think, in a final scenario, I think put the runs on the board, put the pressure on the opposition side once you've got the runs on the board. We have the bowlers to bowl New Zealand out twice and take 20 wickets. What we need to do is make the most of the conditions. I think the first session, like you said, Devashish, is really important, right? Even if we score 40, 50 runs in the first sessions, losing 1 wicket, that's good enough, right? We have to put on 350 minimum on this wicket, batting first. That's a must.
And taking forward
350 is an absolute minimum. Yeah.
Taking
Right.
forward from
Yes.
Rakesh's point, agar if we bat first, remember we've got a fourth innings to bowl at the New Zealand batsman, and Southampton traditionally from days 4 and 5 assist spin, provided the sun
Yes.
is out and the pitch breaks. You've got two expert spinners in exploiting the conditions. So for New Zealand, there'll be no respite because they are weak players of spin. So India is playing to their strength also. The weather needs to be key. The sun should come out, then the pitch will start to break. Southampton, like Edgbaston and the Oval, breaks when the sun is out, and on days 4 and 5, it will assist the spinners. So bat first, put a 350, 400 on the board, and then dictate the terms to the opposition. Because once you put 400, after that batting becomes a bit difficult as you progress in England. So put that scoreboard pressure, exploit 4th and 5th day conditions. If they do that, if India wins the toss and bats and puts up 400, 50% of the match is won at that time.
Right. So देवाशिता, जैसे कि अभी थोड़ी देर पहले डिस्कस हो रहा था, टीम कॉम्बिनेशन इज परफेक्ट आपके हिसाब से?
जी बिल्कुल एकदम परफेक्ट है, क्योंकि देखिए देयर वाज नॉट अ सेम्बलेंस ऑफ अ डाउट कि आपको 1 से 6 ऑब्वियसली दे पिक देमसेल्व्स ऑटोमेटिकली, जैसे कि शुभमन गिल, रोहित शर्मा, पुजारा, विराट, रहाणे, ऋषभ पंत. These 6 batsmen, they automatically, even a 7-year-old kid will say that what is the Indian team would be like. Means that is granted. Means 1 to 6 is not. Only question was that whether India will go in with 2 spinners or whether they will go in with four seamers and 1 spinner. But then now that they have gone with 2 seamers, obviously.
Right. So we've lost Devashita as well.
Yeah,
we are losing wickets quickly here.
someone who has picked 100 test wickets for the country, 100 test matches for the country, and he's an experienced guy. So you should always go in with experience for a big final. ये यहाँ बात होती है कि यहाँ पे बड़ा फाइनल हो रहा है, तो you should always go in with your experience. और रही बात, and you remember Jasprit Bumrah, last match जो हमने खेला था against New Zealand, I was there at New Zealand at the Hagley Oval. Both times he dismissed Kane Williamson. I think their best batsman, both times Jasprit Bumrah got him. First innings he got him out for 3. I think if I'm not wrong, the second innings he also got him for 5 odd. 4.
Yeah.
Brute of a delivery.
Exactly.
So I think, and जैसे कि सिद्धार्थ ने कहा कि the spinners will come into play if we bat well in the first innings and post a total, say 350 or above. Then, and remember they have the left arm quicks, the Trent Bolt and Neil Wagner. So there will be rough created. So Ashwin will invariably come into play in the 4th innings. So I think it's all looking very good for India because they have picked the right side, they have picked the right squad. So all they have to do is just to win. The more sessions you win, invariably you end up winning.
Right.
And on top of that, selecting these 2 spinners, it has given them a dual advantage. Number 1, you've got batting till number 8.
Yes.
So your top 6 and 2 more, Jadeja and Ashwin, not at all mugs with the bat. They are superb with the bat. 34 and 35 average. And plus they can, Jadeja in particular can take the game away. So that is 2. You've got 2 variations. You've got 3 pacers, all different. Bumrah has hit the deck. Shami and Ishant are both swing and hit the deck. So composition wise, you've got batting buffer. You've also got bowling variety. So with that team, you should be very confident of going ahead. Shami might have some rhythm issues, but if he gets it, then in the second innings, if the ball is old, he can cause untold damage. And remember, Duke's ball will swing a lot more when it is old. Not when it is that. Of course, it will swing with the new, but when it is older, it will swing a lot more.
Yes. So, Rakesh, you have been following the Indian team since 1999. Is this if you talk of Test cricket only specifically, is this the best Indian bowling attack that you have seen?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you look back for the last 25 years, we've had 1 or 2 good bowlers. Obviously, there was a Kapil Dev era. Then there was Javagat Srinath, Venkatesh Prasad. Then there was a bit of a gap. We didn't really have, potent fast bowling, quartet, if you like. If you look at this squad, there's still 2 or 3 bowlers that haven't even made this squad, that could have made this squad, So we have some real good depth in the fast bowling department. I would actually say that our challenge is in the spinners now, because if you look past Jadeja and Ashwin, you think, right, who's next to come in Test match cricket? You know, there isn't really anyone right now standing up. Obviously, Xtra Patel did well in Ahmedabad, but that's very recent. Xtra Patel's been around for quite a while now, right? He's not a new kid. He's not a new kid on the block anymore. Yeah. So I think the challenge is more in the spinning department than it is the fast bowling. But you're absolutely right. In the fast bowling department, we have some serious depth, in our bowling department.
Right.
I mean,
So
if I have to sum up Rakesh's point, I mean, can you believe it? You have to leave out Shardul Thakur, Mohammad Siraj, two of our match winners from Brisbane to accommodate this. Such is the depth.
And what about Washington Sundar? What about Washington Sundar? I mean, he has also played a huge part in that Gabba win.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also Hanuma Vihari.
Hanuma Vihari.
I know. So, I mean, it is a real selection headache. I mean, Devashish, you would also be knowing how much you are cracking your heads. What should be the combination? But luckily, the right composition, the right combination has been picked. Jadeja Ashwin is a masterstroke, luckily. So now, I think the only biggest enemy that we have got is ourselves. I would be very surprised if India.
One more thing I would like to add here to my panelists is that Rakesh would also surely agree with me, is that sends a lot of positive vibes in the Indian team. You announce your team before obviously we were discussing before the start of the show that shayad ICC event mein shayad during the toss team chuna jata hai, but then having picked the 11, that shows that they send in a positive message that we have the 11, we have selected the 11, here you go. I don't know have any news about the New Zealand 11. Have they picked the 11? New Zealand?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Not yet.
I think they have only one conundrum on the number 7 conundrum, because they have also a very settled look. Obviously, Latham and Devon Conway, then followed by Ken Williamson, Ross Taylor, then Henry Nichols, BJ Watling. These 6, they automatically pick themselves. Then you talk about the bowlers, obviously, you have Trent Bolt, Neil Wagner, Kyle Jamieson, and Tim Southee. Obviously, that they will have only one, that number 7 conundrum, whether to pick a Colin de Grandhomme or go in with an Ageas Patel. So that is the only.
I think they will pick Colin de Grandhomme, because if you pick Patel, your batting is only till number 6. If you have to technically look at it.
But then now that India has picked 2 spinners in the side, I think they would be influenced somewhat to pick Ageas Patel, because spin might come into play. If you ask me,
they have got Williamson as spin. They have got
just like England have Joe Root.
But again, if you pick Ageas Patel, then I think your batting will be compromised, because you are batting till Jamieson, and Jamieson is also not a sure bat. If you pick de Grandhomme, see, India played to their strengths. If the strength of the New Zealand team are their pacers, so they will have to play their strengths. So they will play 5 pacers. Colin de Grandhomme will give them buffer till number 7. Because in England, you need a batting buffer, because the wickets and sessions and conditions are such, collapses in a session are inevitable. Which team collapses, that we'll have to see. Because Southampton will be no exemption. Southampton maybe collapses honge per session.
Yeah, Rakesh has something to say.
Yeah, I have just arrived in Southampton now to my hotel, so I have to say bye, because I have to leave the car. Yeah,
but I can see some ominous signs. There is rain on your windshield, on your sheet.
Yeah,
here.
I could see there's rain. Yeah.
Oh no!
Well, let's hope for the best. That's what we can say.
It will clear up. Don't worry, it will clear up.
Yes,
we are all hoping for that. Thank you so much, Rakesh, and hope to see you tomorrow on the ground.
All right, take care, guys.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Same here.